One. Welcome everybody to the ofaxeandale podcast. We're back. We are your hosts, Muksama, Riley, Smuggy, in that order. If you're looking at the
special guest, background noise.
I don't hear any background noise.
It'll happen at some point in time. Who knows?
Just get Joey on camera.
Yeah, let sheet metal come in and like chew on the Focusrite Scarlett that I have sitting on my desk. I think that'd be a great bit of content.
That'd be cool.
Suddenly there's just like a giant arc flash from like this side of the screen, and I'm like, oh my god, sheet metal, no! Great.
So what do we got on the menu today, boys?
I got a lot of stuff. I've got cursed foods. We've got true crime. We've got anything. We've got anything and everything. It's a smorgasbord, really.
What does the cursed foods entail?
Well,
pull from that wheel.
I encountered on Twitter a funny article that I thought was cute or whatever, of a list of what the author considers five malevolent foods, i.e. foods with an evil aura, something that is deeply cursed from a conceptual level. I know, sorry.
And what
are we feeling about this? So there are five, like a short kind of list. Obviously, candy milk.
No, those are good.
Milk that is okay. They're good, but like they're kind of. Don't you feel they're kind of evil? Like, all right, we had the naturalistic flavors, strawberry.
I don't know what you're
chocolate,
talking about here.
Perfect, and of course milk or milk with vanilla. Those are acceptable.
Yeah, but when we mix them with cream, it's fine.
Okay, but that's a naturalistic flavor.
Why is cream naturalistic? That doesn't make sense.
Exist in nature.
Hold on, I'm cutting you off. Why is milk somehow, when it's like caramelized, now unnatural? But when we beat it to make cream and whipping cream, it's now somehow natural.
Whipping cream is still natural.
No, it's not.
It's delicious.
You can't get cream without man involved. What are you doing?
I'm just saying, why do we need the marvelification of my milk? I do not want Fruit Loop milk. It is evil.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Fruit Loop in your milk.
Can somebody stop? Both of you, stop. Somebody explain the milk thing, the milked candy. What is that? What are you talking about?
So the joke being
what is
is it's like they're. Like, okay, like there's like milks that you can buy at the store that's like, those bottled milks or whatever. You'd have like a Yahoo or something like that.
Okay.
It's like stuff for like Fruit Loops and Eggo waffles, Twix, Snickers, etc. I'm being confrontational to Maxie on purposes. That's the other joke. It's kind of fun. Like, I get Maxie's point, is what I'm saying. It's the author is like, I don't like this because it feels like this is the marvelification of milk is kind of their quote. This is the dumbest shit ever. It rules. It's a stupid.
Shut up.
Look, what's the other ones? Who
are they? They didn't just. They should go into my DMs.
You're going to everybody.
It's just Riley and his alt account.
Okay, so
it was like. I don't know how to. I could just read the article word for word.
No. Just do food to food. Just do food to food. Let's see what's going on.
We can go back to reading the article.
Okay, we'll go back after we come up with. Okay, I got three in my head right now.
Okay. Anything described as a dipper.
Okay.
So like the Jack's dippers, you've got your
dipper?
Like the cheese dippers.
I don't know what they are in my brain. I've never had one.
Like imagine those like you get like cracker sticks or whatever, like Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're making non-candy stuff dippers. So it's like they're little sticks of cheese that you dip in like ranch. You can buy those at the store.
Oh, and the sticks. I think that's more of not a problem with the cursedness of a food, but rather the cursedness of capital.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the point of the entire article.
Oh my god, I thought we were talking about food that's like the food that was hexed by a witch, or like
looks awful. Most of this is just funny because it's like the artist / the article writers like weirdness about stuff and their particular gripes about food. One of them, they're like talking about like It's just, okay, look, I get it. This is a stupid complaint, but this is mostly about the disgusting Subway's foot-long dippers that I saw and I was like, oh, this sucks. I hate it.
What? They have foot-long dippers?
I'm Googling it.
Yeah, you gotta get a picture for
they're
that.
like, you basically, it's, imagine like the Subway's bread dough wrapped around like pizza toppings or like chicken, shredded chicken and cheese, and you dip them in like mustard and ranch and
Oh,
pay $3.
It's just like a quesadilla. It's like, I don't know. It's okay.
It's kind of like a rolled quesadilla, but it's not. It's like it looks like from what the picture is, it's more like the consistency of like a Hot Pocket. Because they're not rolling them up in like a tortilla. Because like the tortilla dipper kind of stuff, that's like an already existing food. You can buy those wherever, right?
It's not like a French onion dip. Like it doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it goes it's like, together. It sounds like a.
Imagine like a really tightly wound Hot Pocket that you're dipping in like Subway's brand ranch and honey mustard.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna stop you for a second.
This sounds terrible.
I think it would be better if it was. Oh, I'm trying to articulate it.
Okay, I know. Go ahead. Articulate, Cook.
Yeah.
From what it looks like in the images that I just Google searched 2 seconds ago, I would prefer if it was like dough, like uncooked dough, and like you bake it after. Like you cut it in slices and bake it like a cinnamon roll.
Okay, all right. You brought it back for me. I get that. If it was something you could buy at the store and then you kind of bake like a cookie sheet or whatever.
I'm so lost. You guys are talking.
Like I know that
Google it.
No. I mean, just like with the like I'm trying to imagine it in my head.
I'm gonna post it inside of the chat of the actual stream thing that we're all on, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's like that. There's another one that's like the what Maxie is describing already exists as well. There are pizza shops that do that. The Radford pizza shop that we used to go to had those as well, where they're like little rolled up. They're like rolled slices of dough.
They're like taquitos, basically, like but with
they're basically
dough.
like taquitos, but they're not in a tortilla. This is Subway bread dough that they've kind of rolled all these toppings into, and they're cooking in their oven basically, and they're like reheating them in the oven the same way they reheat their bread in like that same weird half steam, half convection oven thing that they have.
What like okay.
Are they soft? Are they soft or are they crunchy?
I don't know. I don't actually know the texture of them because I've never eaten.
They look soft.
I think the image.
If they're soft, I think I like them.
They might be like a pretzel consistency, maybe, but like it's hard to tell from the image, and that's the trouble with. It's got to be soft because it's Subway. Like they don't make anything crispy at Subway. It's all weird reheated shit because of how they cook their bread and stuff like that. Which is why I don't really
dippers at r/Subway. Let's see.
Okay, but hold on. But what's wrong with like the candy dippers?
Reddit for Subway.
Like, what's wrong with the candy dippers?
I don't think that there's anything wrong with the candy dippers. That's already existing, right? It's just like everything now is a dipper. Like, is the thing. None of this is... I'm trying to get the joke across. It's like, this is all deranged and it's supposed to be deranged. That's the point of the article.
I mean, I get it. I get what they're saying.
Deranged takes on food that the author feels is a malevolent force. It's not supposed to be like, well, what do you mean at face value? Like that, if I wanted to get the joke across, I'd have to read the article. But this is just like
no. I get the joke. I get like dippers are inherently like a cursed idea. Like I understand, and like the selling of dipping food is like, I don't know. It's
everything is a dipping food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everything.
There's a difference between
like
candy stuff or already existing things.
Yeah, because
but then it's like.
Because the Smart Tart or whatever brand it was, where you would dip it in that like dust and then that
pixie sticks
that
or whatever.
Went crazy.
Like yeah.
Crazy back in the day. But that's like a good idea.
But now it's like that's everything, you know.
Yeah.
It says here 2 months ago that the dippers are 90% bread and a tiny bit of cheese.
I see that. That's Subway. It's 90% weird bread, and then it's like sawdust bread. And then you get like cheese.
What did you expect for $2? Maybe the pepperoni when I ordered it. It's good, actually.
What was your go-to for Subway when you ate at Subway?
Honestly, just their you could get their, not the BLT, it's like a specific BLT, or no, like a specific like Italian sub. It was like salami and Black Forest ham for really cheap.
Like a BMT?
Is that the BMT?
Yeah, that sounds like
I think it's the BMT.
Yeah.
Like you can get one of those for like $4, and that's what I survived off.
They're like $11 now. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. I don't know how Subway's even staying like relevant or whatever. I guess making shitty food like this, where you're like, yeah, $3 for this or whatever. They have a foot-long cookie that looks
sounds okay. Is it hard?
It looks like a cookie cake. I think it's like cookie cake.
Anyway,
is what it's going for.
Honestly, if you start doing a cookie cake, there's like an 80% chance your company's going bankrupt in the next like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, most mall cookie cake shit is like, oh yeah, do a cookie cake for your birthday, your work gathering, and it's less of that, and more like, I'm already in the mall and I want a slice of, brownie cake, whatever, a giant brownie cookie or whatever.
Yum yum yum.
We've got like, it was like one of them. The next one is anything that is labeled as made with real sugar. The tagline being, how demonic does high fructose corn syrup have to be for people to treat cane sugar like it's some sort of indigenous magical health food?
Here,
I slightly agree with that, right?
Hold on. Like, I'll show you. Keep talking.
Literally, fake sugar, basically. Corn slurry that is sugar is like in everything. So it's like the selling point of there's no slurry and cancer in this food. Pay $3 extra. Yeah, exactly. That like that, right? Made with cane sugar. We're upcharging you $1 on this because it doesn't give you fucking cancer. We haven't figured out a way to
sprayed it all over yourself.
Classic Chase moment right there. Let's go.
How the fuck did I open that and that was the one that
I can do it better, Hans.
There was also they point out that the Coca-Cola product combines Coke with real sugar and Coke zero sugar into a really shitty drink that was like discontinued called Coca-Cola Life.
Jesus.
Wait, so they just mixed the two and that was Coke Life?
Yeah, it's like they sold it as a health drink almost.
Yeah. That doesn't even make sense. I mean, was that like 30 years ago? Was it in the...
No, it was like 40s, 2010s.
No, they could do that right now.
Mid-2000s, man.
It's the dumbest. Me, when I go out... Yeah, I want to be healthy, but I don't know what to drink. I want to be healthy, but there's water everywhere. I want something flavorful. Let's get a Coke Life.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to drink water.
Subway got away with it. Like, oh yeah, look, eat our pre-processed stuff that's got like corn syrup and slop in it. Like our D-grade meats are healthy for you. Look at this guy.
Oh my God.
He got good.
Go ahead.
Jared Fogle defense that like Subway's meats made him a...
Yeah, we're going to make you lose weight by eating these sandwiches that Jared on.
Oh,
delicious sandwiches.
It's a good mayonnaise substitute.
As many deli meats as you want, you fat hog. Because that is healthy.
Okay, I would...
Wait, this is important.
That is the message of stuff.
Have you seen the listeria outbreak recently with the boar's head meat?
We talked about that last week, Did
we talk about that on the podcast?
Yeah, we talked about it briefly on the podcast.
Never mind, fuck it. We don't need to know. They recalled like 7 million more.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
7 million more?
Yes.
Yeah, like again, this is it is just Trump policy coming home, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Just we sat on this.
I didn't think it was under Trump that happened, was it? I thought it was under
no, it was Trump.
The president before.
Nope.
Huh?
No, Trump was the one who deregulated the
I swore it was shit. Who was the one before
Obama?
Trump? Yeah, I thought it was Obama.
Did a lot of deregulation stuff for austerity purposes. Like we stripped back a shitload of stuff for taxes and the food.
Kamala wasn't she saying stuff about deregulate schools?
No, housing.
Deregulating housing.
Schools there we go.
Entirely.
Sorry.
Like, I'm sure that like they're
that's also
about like how
worrying
programs and shit, but
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Well, okay, let's go back to the food because we already talked about this. I think I just, because I edit the podcast and I also do the podcast, so then it's like a weird fever dream that I feel like we talked about all this before, but I don't remember it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that like they recalled another 7 million more of the packaging, and I'm like, dang, how are they not going to go out of business from that? You know what I mean?
Well, because they're too big to fail.
That was a big breath, Riley.
I mean,
I saw that.
That's how the... Say what?
That was a big breath. I saw that.
Oh, thanks.
You did the ofaxeandale. You moved away from the mic to breathe.
I don't want to breathe into the microphone. Just, that's kind of weird.
Whoa! Sorry.
So next up, we have birthday cake flavoring, with the author noting, "This is what Teletubbies eat. This is the big fake tits of
All right,
flavor
yeah.
world. This is the only food that comes with the same sense of post-completion shame and disgust that accompanies jacking off."
I'll give it to the birthday cake because
all right.
that shit is hard to eat.
I ain't
every single
It's
time you have a
everywhere.
birthday cake
It is
flavor.
genuinely everywhere.
I don't know who gets it. I don't know.
I've never bought a birthday cake
I ate it
flavoring.
for a hot minute because it was like for a very brief second, it was the only like vanilla flavored stuff that tasted like vanilla, and then it was like, all right, birthday cake flavoring, it's too basic. We need to add some mysterious ingredient that turns every single birthday cake flavored thing into sandpaper.
Well, like
there's like a grit to it.
Can I?
Probably from the sprinkles and food coloring, but like it's gritty.
Yeah, okay, but
it's like you're basically imagine vanilla flavoring, but also with added grit.
I just don't understand how they can make something sweeter than sugar. Like what?
Yeah, that's true.
What is going on?
It's so cursed.
You could just eat straight. You could eat straight frosting, and it'd be better than eating birthday cake.
There's they're on here. They have what appears to be a Bang Energy birthday cake flavored, and that makes me more. I think this is like an old one, I believe. Like an older stuff. Like I know that for a fact that there is like birthday cake flavorings for other things. I did try birthday cake flavored G Fuel. I never got Maxie to try it because
you ate it
out very shortly.
What?
No, I didn't. I threw it out. I didn't think you could stand it.
Now I'm a little more upset at you. I thought you threw it out.
Because you didn't come over for like 6 months. We're like,
how is that my fault?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can drive. Why am I your chauffeur, man? What is wrong with? Hey.
Also, it says here, Skinny Pop birthday cake flavored popcorn bites. I hate that.
I'm looking.
Also, why is popcorn considered a health food? It's still corn.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I was gonna bring this back up in the. Anyway, I know somebody on a different server who was talking about like this is why fucking Americans are always so fat because they eat corn 24/7. That's the only thing in their food. They just eat.
It's the lobby.
You're a damn snow corn roach.
That's true.
They're not wrong. There's also a huge problem with like we clear so much forestry to make for like room for the ethanol lobby, a lobby that shouldn't exist. Sometime the Obama administration's greatest sin of all, outside of all the murdering all the immigrants and people across the globe, is letting the ethanol lobby coalesce at all. Like ethanol doesn't work. Fundamentally, it is a hokum ass clean energy solution. It's a stopgap that stops nothing. And it honestly makes global warming worse.
Okay.
Cutting down trees to make way for corn demolishes a carbon sink that actually functions.
Yeah, but like, have you had the new Pringles elote flavor?
Holy!
Let me tell you.
I have not. I don't eat.
I ate them all. I ate them all in one day, but like, I don't know. I'd rather just have barbecue or something. Actually.
Yeah. Sour cream and onion.
Yeah, I can't think of any. I was just saying random flavor.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get back to the birthday cake. So the way they get that flavor usually in certain shops and whatnot is they get vanilla cake flavor or yellow cake, and then sprinkles and food coloring. Another person said that it's basically birthday cake is just ice cream base plus yellow cake mix. And then sprinkles flavoring red 40 dye. That's crazy. Like that's like a flavor because that's like the worst thing you could eat. Like you're just eating dye, butter, like sugar, butter, and frosting, and then red dye, and that's like in the flavoring.
Back when like the paleo
wild.
diet started taking off, there was another flavoring that I noticed
What's the
started
paleo
taking
diet?
off crazy. It's like the keto diet, but you eat like 6 sticks of butter alongside it.
Oh, that's good.
Holy,
when those
Maxie
guys
just found
started
it.
really entering the mainstream discourse of being taken seriously for some reason as health food experts, salted butter flavored stuff started becoming like a big thing.
Like what?
Like protein bars, salted butter flavored protein and candy bars.
Oh, fuck it, I don't care.
I like salted.
I mean, I guess I'd eat it, but it's like you can't sell that as a health food. Like,
I mean,
it's like that is like saying eating a Twix, not like a Twix flavored thing. Like just straight up eating 7 Twix is like healthy for you. Is insane.
It is. All the left Twixes are more healthy than the right Twix.
Oh, yeah,
like,
so you split them in half.
They put all the potassium into the left Twix.
Well, like healthy in what regard? Because you do need calories to live. So technically,
technically it is calories, but I'm saying like a health food. Like you're not. You're trying to claim it as like a superfood, or that it is something that is giving you more health benefits than like just roast vegetables or something like that.
So,
like,
okay. So
you can just get a fucking burger, right? That's
burger.
not bad on its own. It's just you're not going to get everything that you need from a burger. You need to, eat.
Well, that's why you put the lettuce and tomato on it.
And again, I'm not saying you're wrong in that it is healthier than nothing to eat a Big Mac, but I'm saying like,
ooh,
I think there's a certain bald guy who would agree with you.
I get that, but what I'm saying is that there is okay, you're trying to convince people that eating raw steak gives you magic power.
Yes.
Or that's
also smoking cigarettes is healthy for you.
I don't know. DMX did crack and went platinum. I'm just saying.
There's a lot there. You got it. Also, Viper did crack, and then he kidnapped a woman and stabbed a guy.
That's fire.
Yeah,
it's fire.
Land of contrast.
No,
that's fire.
New Jack did crack, and he stabbed a guy 9 times, but he also had a really fantastic match against Necro Butcher. So who can say whether or not it's good or bad?
Who's New Jack? Who are these people?
He's a wrestler.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Dota players.
Hang on. No.
Dota players.
What?
I was like, wow.
Yo, Arteezy did all that meth.
Like Sir Action Slacks had a match against New Jack and got stabbed 14 times. It was crazy.
Yeah. Okay. What's next on the list? Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
The last one is hot sauce that describes in the name what it's going to do to your butthole.
Yeah, I hate that shit. That shit's
I think that's just crude marketing.
Like that is so
never work. Classic crude marketing, but like everyone does it. It's like, all right, listen, if you want to tell me that like, all right, the red rectum hot sauce, but it's got like some guy doing the goatsy and there's like a lava flow coming out of his asshole, like
Red Rocket.
Yeah, ass in the tub hot sauce, ass blaster hot sauce.
I don't
know. Butt burner hot sauce.
These
Make my butt hurt hot sauce. Professor Pain in the ass butt pucker XX hot sauce.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
And of course,
I like that one.
Steve-O's butthole destroyer.
I hate everything related to Steve-O.
It's got a neat looking bottle too.
Everything related to Steve-O just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I don't know what it is about that guy.
Why? Because he did nitrous for a lot of times? Or?
No, by the way, you still got to hit me up. I've been sending you messages about that, and you've never gotten me any more nitrous. But
yeah, look, my guy, he's really busy right now.
The Fosbear guy?
He's got something about a little lawsuit, something about a gay Canadian giving him trouble. I don't know.
But anyway, I was gonna say all the hot sauce name stuff. That's so like I-95 South, like billboard coded. Like, I don't want
like
to. I
tourist
hate
trap that
shit.
makes you pull over. Like, oh, we got to go to the Big Nuts shop in Ashland, Virginia.
Whoa, look, it's Dirty Dicks. And then we can get the I Love Dicks t-shirt. I love Dirty Dicks.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, brother, we got to go to Syphilitic Cox Crabs.
Yeah, we got to
You can't just say that.
Yeah, we got to.
You can't just say syphilitic.
Syphilitic.
Cox.
We got to go to the Weeping Ballsack Tavern. I hear they do a mean steak. The nice chlamydia burger. You bite into it and a bunch of melted cheddar cheese comes out. Pure horror.
I'm gonna let it breathe.
Hell yeah! I
there's
win
nothing
again,
I
baby.
can say. There's nothing I can say about that. But
it's accurate. Like
I hate the soy sauce. I hate that. I hate that. I mean, soy sauce. Yeah, that's what it is. It's soy boy sauce. That's what it is. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking. There's soy for the name.
Small batch asshole blaster sauce.
But I did mean
made
hot
in
sauce.
A cauldron in the country.
Yeah. Also, like tub
I mean, like
it's
respectful.
ass in a tub sauce.
Hot sauce people are respectful, but
I don't.
Yeah, you know.
Is it really?
If you're like the bomb mega death hot sauce, 10 trillion Scovilles. That's more respectful than just
I don't know.
Asshole ruiner. Mega hot nuclear goatsy hot sauce.
Goatsy. Isn't all of that also too like just people like getting a certain pepper and like breeding it and then getting a patent on that pepper or something and then like
like the scorpion deathtail pepper.
I don't know if I like it.
One chip scorpion mega hell pepper.
This is like
Hyper Satan Abaddon unlimited hot sauce works death bloom sauce.
This is like 3 degrees separated from like
this hot.
From, like,
my bone is the hot sauce of my sword.
This is like the bully thing. This is like the breeding bullies. It's the same thing to me.
Like, it's hot sauce eugenics, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Habsburg
patent it. Yeah.
These Habsburg peppers taste like nothing but pain. Pain is not a taste.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. What's the next one? Is there another one?
No,
nope. that was the 5 ones the author wrote down. Kind of just.
Okay, I have a few off the top of my dome.
Okay, let's go.
Off the top, let's go with Maxie's off the dome.
I got one.
Stone cold lock of the week. Cursed foods.
Baked beans. That's my first one. My first one's baked beans. There's something disgusting and inherently like it's a viscous tomato liquid around beans.
You're talking about
just
the Heinz.
Sitting in there.
With
sugar. No, any kind of baked beans. It's all the same thing. Heinz is just like the canned commercial product. It's just beans.
Heinz is the patient zero, you're saying?
Yeah, it's like patient zero. You just got beans with red tomato sauce with sugar around it, and it's just kind of gross.
Would you feel this way in the 1600s, you think?
Yeah, I would feel this. I think I would just die in the 1600s. Actually, I wouldn't feel that way.
You would enter a pact with Satan in the woods in order to eat something that isn't baked beans.
You would lead the.
I understand the
charge.
movie The Witch more than ever.
Yeah, I was about to say you would lead the charge.
And there's something inherently
like river.
There's something inherently subhuman about like.
Relax. There's British viewers.
We're already on the eugenics topic, but Maggie's taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they eat
the
it
anti-baked beans Bund is going to march on the Capitol.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Salem witch trial, but it's Heinz beans instead of spells.
And then my other ones, off the top of my head, just trying to think through it. Coleslaw. I think coleslaw is definitely like.
Coleslaw is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some good coleslaws.
I've had good coleslaw.
Yeah,
there's some good. There's some bad coleslaws.
Yeah, I will say.
And I think the conglomerate. I think the conglomerate, like the idea of slicing up perfectly, like malleable, like perfectly edible vegetables, carrots, and what is it? Cabbage. Then you could put onions in it. I guess I don't know. Like you just mix it all together, and then your first thought is, yeah, I want some mayonnaise or like vinegar.
Yeah,
just mix it all
like,
together. Just slop it up.
But that's it's like a condiment. You can say that about any condiment. Like, oh, you're taking perfectly good green onions and cream and butter and pepper and salt, and you're slopping it up into this disgusting sauce.
This is the same thing.
On perfectly good vegetables.
You're doing the same thing with the milk earlier.
No, this is the dipper. Okay, it's the dipper thing again, because some things are good. Some dippers are good, but not all dippers are good. Some dippers are just called dippers.
I would say for saying like depends on like what we mean. Like, do malevolent foods equal like a generalized group or a specific twisting of a certain food?
Coleslaw
is like can you do that to an established food like coleslaw? Does mac and cheese
I think you have a point. I think Smuggy's got a point here. I think 8 out of 10 times coleslaw is bad. I think it's very hard to find.
I don't normally eat coleslaw unless I make it.
Yeah. Oh, I got another agreement. We got another agreement from off camera. I just got a thumbs up for that. That we got a +2.
So I think that's a 4 out of 4 technically for that certain.
It's like I would take there's so much more like bad coleslaw. Like, and the thing is, coleslaw is also, since it's so to taste every time, like you're just not gonna get a lot of hits anyway.
Yeah.
Like, especially with
would you say the same thing about like enchiladas? Like, is there just like a certain entry level where it gets really bad?
No, enchiladas are so hard to mess up. In my opinion, coleslaw has like a seeping time. Like, it has to sit in it to make it malleable. Like this, it's almost a science. Like the vinegar and mayonnaise and a coleslaw. Plus, you can ruin the like pouring of it. It's like it can be so
if it
gross.
Gets a little bit too.
Oh my god!
It's actually kind of. It's actually get watery.
Okay,
it's actually giving me the
story time from when I was in second grade. When I was in second grade, I was feeling really bad one day, and I was sick of school or whatever, and I wanted to go home. And I was eating lunch with like the 2 other people there or whatever. And I was like, what?
You've told this story. You've told this story.
The fake vomit story,
on the podcast, whatever. I just mixed it all together with some and the thing that pushed it over the edge was the coleslaw. Coleslaw is like so gross, especially when mixed with it. Like, you don't even want to touch it on anything but like pulled pork.
Coleslaw kind of is grossing me out right now, so I'm going to switch topics because it's grossing me out. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. But I think a cursed food for me is anything marketed as a cup. I think that's cursed. I think there's
like the old McDonald's salad shakers.
They like anything that's marketed as a cup. So like instead of just like, and I'm not talking cereals or soups. Like those get a pass. But like when you're like, oh yeah, here's like something in a cup, and then it's like a random. I'm trying to think of like bread bowls too. Like I don't know, the bowlification of everything.
Bread. That's my third one. But you just said bread bowl.
That's
crazy.
Do
you take umbrage with walking tacos, Chase?
I do, but I eat the hell out of them.
You see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Not a taco. Closer to nachos, right?
Yeah,
if
it is
really
nachos by definition.
But they are really fucking good.
Yeah, like if you put one in front of me, I'd be like, you know what? I might eat some meat right now.
You're like,
like the bag of Doritos too. The grossest thing about it is somebody touched that bag of Doritos before you put your mouth to it. That's the grossest thing to me.
Yeah, it depends on the preparation. Like if you're getting it from like a food truck and like everything seems pretty.
Well, where else do you get a walking taco from?
Yeah,
no idea what you're talking about. What's
it's
pop-ups?
So all right,
pop-ups and stuff like that.
So Smuggy. Here we go. Ready? Listen to me. Look at me. Ready? We get a bag of Doritos. We open it up. We put ground beef cooked and seasoned in it.
We're done.
We put put sour cream in it, and we put lettuce and tomato and cheese.
And some cheese, yeah.
And
then you just mix it up with like a fork and kind of just eat it.
They roll the bag up and they shake it like this, and then they open it back up, give it to you, and give you a fork to eat out of.
Nope.
You wouldn't do it?
Nope. It's just nachos, right? But the problem is, if I eat it with a fork, that means the Doritos inside have gotten soggy, and I don't want to eat that.
No, that's the beauty of it.
So I take it you don't like like enchiladas then, or
it's not. No, they're not soggy yet. If you make a good walking taco, it's prepared perfectly. It's crunchy. You still have the crunch. Nothing soggy yet.
Okay, but
you're more like.
But if I'm going I have to eat it literally right there.
That's why it's served at food trucks. Yeah, it's served at food trucks. That's why it's called a walking taco, so you can walk and eat it.
Basically walking around with it, you know.
Yeah,
you're like at a festival or whatever. And it's not in a bowl.
And also, if it's like nacho, I don't want to move and eat it. I want to sit down. I don't know.
Maxi's doing the equivalent of like
we're like
it's messy.
No, hold on.
Maxi has extremely specific food habits from not going anywhere.
We no. It's like the equivalent of like trying. And I'm not saying it's you doing this, but what we're doing right now is basically being like, okay, what do you want to eat for dinner? Do you want a walking taco? No, it's too soggy. I don't know, man. Like that's what we're doing right now. We're like, no. But how about what if we cooked it right? Would you still eat it then? It's like getting somebody with a really picky.
No, look, I've prepared this broccoli. Do if I put some cheese sauce?
Would you eat the broccoli if I put some cheese?
If I put the broccoli,
okay.
Instead of the mac and cheese.
What if I served it the Aki way? What if I served it the Aki way?
I know that you like broccoli this way, but you might like it more if I roast it. Are you not going to eat the roast broccoli, Max?
Okay.
Come on.
Here's one. Since you brought up broccoli, cheese in a can.
Yeah, cursed. That's cursed. Yeah,
squeezed cheese.
Yeah, that's cursed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get you.
I was about to say, I don't think it's cursed personally. I don't really care. But I can see how other people think squeezed cheese cans are cursed.
They call it Wit Whiz. They say that Wit Whiz
cheese
in Philly.
Yeah.
So they go, can I get one with whiz?
Yeah, you get it with the canned cheese.
I want some canned cheese, man.
There are some places in Philly that do the Philly cheesesteak, but they only use cheese whiz. They don't.
I'm gonna say it. That's dog shit.
Okay, I've had.
I thought there was going to be more to the same.
No. I would not eat I would not actually eat it if it was the real spray cheese.
Yeah,
I used to eat that as a child.
Yeah,
when
with crackers,
as a child, right?
Right?
Yeah, with crackers, because I was a tiny child.
Yeah,
and I don't. It's
all
you want out of it, right? Is you just want the dog shit, and you put it with things when you're a child. But I'm an adult now. I don't want.
Is that a poor person thing? Because I also did that.
It might be.
Yeah, because we did that all the time.
Because in the 90s and the 2000s, you can get those cans that were like real big too.
And you just
a couple of dollars, like.
Think of how gross it is to have kids get like cheese whiz all over their hands and then they're touching everything. I can't stand it. Man. It's grossing me out.
I just think kids.
It's grossing me out.
Gross with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nasty. They're always.
You don't really know, right?
Okay.
Bothered by
you don't want to be the one to talk about it because you were really gross as a kid eating.
I still am.
But
I still eat it the Aki way.
Yeah,
I get it gross all the time. I have stains on my shorts right now. I put these shorts on today. Like I can't be trusted to eat.
You've gotta stop eat. Chase is the kind of person that would eat cheese sticks and not chew and then choke on the cheese as it's strung into his throat. That's how messy of an eater. He's just shoving it in his mouth.
It's like the picture of like the puppy that's like that just like starts going splay legged because they just want to put their face in the food.
Yeah. Just
or like the cat. You ever seen the one of the cat and he puts all of the kibble in his mouth and then starts chewing? Yeah, that one's great. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still on bread, man, because I think
bread's
from
good.
A conceptual level.
If you bake bread well, it is one of the best things you could eat ever.
You are making something, and then just imagine soggy bread too. That makes me want to puke.
You say that, but then imagine a French onion dip sandwich.
No, that's gross.
It's delicious. It's literally one of the best foods on earth. You couldn't convince me.
The texture, man, the soggy bread it gives me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Point that I'm gonna say, there's some breads that are just really good soggy. If you're talking about white bread, or like Wonder Bread or whatever. That's like
but
that shit
no,
sucks.
I mean, like,
because it's not like that's not real.
oh, me
like
when I eat
processed.
rye bread, it's so much
texture to
better,
that.
soggy and disgusting.
I
not
like
it's better. It's like
no,
it's
but
fine.
like you couldn't
The
if I'm
texture
eating
doesn't matter,
soup.
but that sounds like a genuine.
You're eating
textural
like
thing.
a
You're getting.
you know, like, have you ever like watched the SpongeBob episode where Plankton was it Plankton and they're automating the Krabby Patties?
No,
And they're like
no.
spurting the
It was
goop out.
no. It was a man.
That's
no.
bad.
It was the manager took over because it was new corporation took the Krusty Krab,
I remember.
and then they had the gray goop that was like
The gray
like
goop.
spray painted.
When I think of gray goop, it's bread. It's
That's
just
crazy.
bread.
That's crazy because I have tasted. I have ate bread you've never heard of in places you will never go.
Bread is a staple to human diet since the dawn of of agriculture. You're gonna have to take
maybe if it's
I'm bread pilled. I'm bread pilled. I'm sorry, I'm bread pilled. I like bread. You can't convince me otherwise. I have eaten bread that is so good.
Okay, I'm ratting you on YouTube.
Yeah.
So anyway.
There goes my views.
I have a cursed food, but this is a thing that is born from years of hating this specific thing because it's like I've never gotten over it ever. I vaguely agree with Maxie on baked beans because I don't like beans. I don't really like a lot of
beans are okay.
Texturally. Texturally, I just don't like it. I can't get over it, right?
I think it's just
thing.
I'm not gonna
for baked beans for me, it's literally just the sauce. Like I don't understand why it's so
very sugary,
sweet, and like
it's very difficult to get
red.
Y'all are stressing me out.
It tastes red. I don't know. It's fake.
Most people don't put enough like salt to match it, or like fat, which is there's a reason why people put a lot of salt in like bacon bits, like actual cooked slices.
I'm not gonna defend bread.
To, like try to balance the sweetness with fat and salt.
I'm not gonna defend bread and then come out swinging at beans like they haven't saved entire empires. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I understand the Heinz beans. I will say that I do think that. Any type of sauce with beans, I've basically never had any good ones except for like Bush baked beans when it's like really sweet or something. Because it's like, how do you mess that up? It's just like sugar on beans, you know, with like.
Did you see the video? That was the one guy going through. What was it? 40 cans of Bush's baked beans or something like that. And they were supposed to be bacon like in the sauce, and he picked out 10 chunks of bacon out of
40 cans.
40 cans, I think.
I think that's because it's like they rely on the like a fake smoky flavor to kind of carry it, and like they're gonna do the thing where they don't really need to put in the bacon or whatever because they're expecting you're not gonna sue them over not enough bacon.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Get your lawyers ready. Class action lawsuit coming your way.
I would.
There was a class action lawsuit that's really funny, right? Where there is a specific like pistachio extract or pistachio flavoring that exists out there that's supposed to taste like pistachio. Some guy sued a bunch of ice cream companies for saying pistachio ice cream and stating up front that it was real pistachio flavoring, not like the extract or the fake stuff. And this person went through all of these ice cream brands and was like, this is not actual pistachio. And like took them all to
saying
court.
It based.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny. Yeah. It's hard to feel sorry for these ice cream companies. But
we need more people with more money to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The other one.
Wasabi?
I think they can get away with not giving me real pistachios and a pistachio ice cream.
Wasabi? You're next.
There's not even that they have pistachios in it. It's that like they normally when you get like those kind of ice creams or whatever, like the green colored kind of ice cream, a lot of stuff color. Like pistachio ice cream has green food coloring inside of it most of the time. Yeah, like Ben and Jerry's and stuff like that has like chunks of pistachio in it or whatever. But like it was Cold Stone Creamery in particular was the main focus of the class action lawsuit. But the filing seemed to indicate this person was going to do the same thing to every other goddamn company that doesn't have this. There's some ice creams that literally just say on the packaging pistachio flavoring or pistachio extract because it's not actual pistachio. But for Cold Stone Creamery, they genuinely said up front on their website, this is real pistachios. But there's not actual pistachio chunks in the ice cream. It's just
we need to
count your days, sushi places. Count your days. Because when
most sushi places don't advertise it explicitly, they might that's a different thing, right?
Real
They're
wasabi,
not like the manufacturers.
I know what it is. I know you got that green dye in it. I know it's horseradish. Yeah, that's not fair.
But like, that's not the restaurant's fault. That's like the manufacturers, right? You'd have to go after them. Like the restaurants are just like we're cooking with the ingredients that we got, right? Like they're not.
I guess
they are under no.
Yeah, I guess when somebody sells you snake oil,
kind of an already existing series of lawsuits that kind of protect them, unless it's like the shit that they're giving you is real ass poison or whatever.
Yeah, I guess when
it is.
I guess when a snake oil salesman says
restaurants to
because I didn't make the snake.
Like this 8-ounce steak.
That's fine.
I didn't make the snake, man.
5 ounce or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm with Chase here.
Really
actually,
quite work because it's like
I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying. I know the legality of it doesn't work, but also when you're the snake oil salesman being like, "No, it's not me who got the snake oil. I'm just selling it." I'm just saying.
They're not like to say. They're not like that's not the thing though. They're not like
you go to sushi for wasabi.
Wasabi is an explicit menu option, right?
It
You're
is
not saying like.
It is. It's a dish
Well, no,
on
it
the
just comes
side.
with the sushi, but it's not like I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know.
Not in the United States, at least. You could probably do that.
That doesn't matter.
Countries, but like,
I don't think
already
it matters.
existing lawsuits.
You could buy wasabi root.
Well, as long as snake oil isn't the main thing they're selling. Look, I'm just being pedantic. I'm just being funny about it, okay? I know that's not how it works, but like, I think we should.
But anyway, I want to get to my cursed food. You haven't let me get to my cursed food.
You've been talking about things. Beans.
No, I would. Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Mushy peas. Man, I would eat the hell out of pea wet.
Is that a? You make my pea wet.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's like it's a restaurant.
Valentine's Day card.
Maxie will get the video and probably post it.
Remarkable pea wet.
What? Wait,
I'm going to eat some pea wet.
I just don't like mushy peas because I don't like peas in general. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the texture.
I like peas.
You know, it's just,
what do you not like about peas?
Wait, didn't you eat edamame? I swear you ate edamame with us one time.
What do you not like about peas?
Like it's not. It's a different.
That's a pea.
It doesn't like. But it's a different texture. Like snap peas are the same way. It's a different texture and flavor than just like normal peas, right? That you get out of like a can or something.
But like, what's wrong? What's your critique?
The texture, this is different. The flavor's a little bit different. I don't know what.
Oh, speaking
brand of pea or what strain of pea people throw inside of cans or in like stir fry or fried rice or something. I don't like it. It doesn't fit whatever it's put in, no matter what it appears to do. I don't like peas in my stir fry.
Chase,
rice. I know that's a picky thing, but it doesn't fit the flavor or textural profile of the rest.
Your mic's bad right now.
My mic's bad? It's fine for me.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine for you? Okay.
Yeah,
in Discord, it's cutting out really bad. So.
Yeah. The Discord's being weird about it.
I was just going to say, what about the flavor of peas do you not like? Sidebar. The stir fry, when they put those flavorless, crunchy, nothing bread pieces in it, oh my god, nothing makes me more infuriated than eating those. Those like nothing little patties in it that taste like it's not.
Yeah, like on.
It's not the water chestnuts.
Oh wait,
it's not those. It's water chestnut.
No. It's like the crunchy little like pretzels, like unsalted. No, not the bamboo sprouts.
You don't like those?
No, I hate those little unsalted pretzel piece of shits. They need to get them out of my stir fry, man. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Fry with that. Maybe that's just different.
My mom would make it, and it would piss me off. I'd be like, "Stop putting these in the food," and she's just like, "And this is when I was a
fried
kid."
Noodles?
No, it's like think of like a fried bread stick that's like really thin, so it's like just a crunch. So it's like kind of like a what are the okay? So like what do you put in soup? Right, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, they have like little wafers that are like crunchy. Think of that. So what?
Fried noodles usually.
Yeah, but like think of that, but instead it's more condensed and smaller and like just brown. Like
it's
I don't know
unsalted pretzel. That's what it is. It's a tiny unsalted pretzel and it's thin. That's the worst food on earth. I think you had to I think if you tried to manufacture something that tastes less like anything, you wouldn't be. That would be the contender. Yeah. Yeah, because it tastes like nothing. It literally and it just makes me upset because it's like, why am I putting something in my body that tastes like nothing, and it has no nutritious benefits, like no nutritional value. Sorry.
Yeah,
couldn't
no
speak.
nutritional value. That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, sorry about that. I didn't look. I thought. I didn't want to make you upset by cutting you off about that. I don't know what you don't like about peas. Like when it comes to flavor, like what about the flavor freaks? Because to me, peas are like savory.
Like
I'm
what?
trying to think of it. Like it's
They're
either
like savory.
They use the wrong type of pea, and it's the sweet pea that they're putting inside a stir fry, and I don't want a burst of sweetness in my stir fry. That's unless I'm specifically getting like a teriyaki style for stir fry. Like if I'm expecting like a rich Chinese cooking wine and like soy sauce kind of stock or chicken stock or beef stock style stir fry or fried rice, and I suddenly bite into something and I get a burst of sweetness, it puts me off. Like it's an autism kind of thing. I know for a fact.
But you're okay with like the chopped carrots.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean the chopped carrot, it's different somehow. Like there's no. Listen to me.
Okay.
Sweet peas have a different flavor profile than most chopped carrots that you're putting in there. Chopped carrots caramelize differently and they burn and char differently than peas do. You don't get a char from sweet peas.
There's also no explosion when you eat the carrot
inside.
There's also no there's no.
Okay, but do you like roe then?
To the carrot. Roe?
Like salmon roe?
Roe doesn't usually... Well, if I'm eating salmon roe, I'm eating it on like something that I'm expecting that texture onto. If you were to slip salmon roe into like fried rice, I probably wouldn't like it very much.
Okay, but what I'm saying is... I feel like...
The salmon roe doesn't have already like a grainy texture.
I feel like you're already expecting the texture of a sweet pea, though, in the stir fry. Like...
I mean, in stir fry, yeah. Again, this is just the only thing that I can think of.
I'm trying to like
that type of like gritty flavor that I just kind of don't vibe with. That is different from.
No, wait, you mean texture?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so it's like because it's got the.
It's like the skin.
Like it splits in half and then like it mushes.
Skin and it mushes and the whole package doesn't go well with my palate.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I know it's an autism thing. I know it's an autistic hyperfixation thing because I don't have this problem with other foods that are similar to it. You could say, well, okay, what about hummus? I love hummus. I don't know why I don't like mushy peas, but I just don't.
I like breaking
hummus
the pea.
Is worse than a pea to me.
I like breaking the pea open and then sticking my tongue in it, like, That
sounds wretched to me. That gave me
wretched.
That's like, no.
Wretched. That's a little.
I have.
It's like a little glove. It's like a little glove for your tongue.
Peas that you like fry ever so slightly. They're kind of like dehydrated with like salt and like vinegar or something like that. I've had those. Those are delicious because when you dry them out, they kind of become very crispy and airy, kind of like a cracker. That's really good.
What'd you call me?
Fried, dried snap peas.
Oh,
tasty as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't like those because they're... Okay, so they have a texture similar... Well, not quite the same, but it's similar in my... That's kind of like a thing for me. I don't like... what are they called? Whoppers? You know, the candy?
Oh, milk duds.
Yeah.
I hate those.
Yeah.
Like the texture of a milk dud.
Oh, it's so gritty. Ooh, it's making me cringe. Yeah.
It never tastes as good. I've had. It
reminds me of that a little bit, but not quite.
I went to a candy store and I had house-made malted milk dud, like kind of malted milk duds inside of chocolate, and it tasted pretty good. But I'm pretty sure that was because they had like actually made the malted milk stuff with like condensed milk, and it was kind of like very smooth and sweet, and nowhere near as chalky as like the mass-produced shit that you get in every other kind of candy.
Yeah, when I eat them, I literally have to like scrape the chocolate out and then like wet the inside to not have.
It's gotta be a preservative thing too,
Yeah.
right?
Like
it's not natural.
Like, you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever had plaque on your teeth?
Yeah.
And you scraped it off
Every
and like
day.
chewed. That's what it reminds me of. It's got the same coarse texture of plaque.
I don't want to eat anything ever again.
Yeah, this is making me really depressed about food.
Yeah,
it's making me rethink everything.
Yeah. All right.
Do you like mushrooms, Maxie?
Oh, he loves mushrooms.
I love mushrooms too.
I'm a big mushroom boy.
Joey hates mushrooms.
Yeah, I think
Joey?
I love mushrooms.
Can I say something? This isn't a slight to Joey. This is a slight to everybody who can't eat mushrooms. If you can't eat them because they're slimy, you're weak.
Oh, that's so true.
I think that the sliminess is.
I don't even think they're slimy.
How you it depends on how you preserve them. Canned mushrooms, I don't.
Yeah, I think if they're slimy, they're not fresh.
I could eat canned mushrooms all day. I can eat sardines.
I've never been a fan.
Well, the thing is, you can take the canned mushrooms, and if you're putting anything with them in like an oven or like a toaster oven, it'll be fine. Like it gets rid of the soggy.
I know there's ways to like get it. I think I associate canned mushrooms with like lunch food, like lunch
meats. Oh, speaking of, I don't know if we've been on this. Have we talked about like Lunchables?
The lead in the Lunchables thing that you had mentioned?
No. So I was going. I got into an argument with somebody about Lunchables, and there was like lead in the Lunchables or whatever, and they were talking about like, like Americans really eat this, and they're like European or something, so it doesn't really matter because they eat literal like.
You eat Lunchables?
You mean at least I don't have school shootings?
Yeah, you mean we don't have beans and toast for your lunch, mate?
Like,
sorry,
go ahead. They were doing that. They were like, and they were posting pictures of like Lunchables, and I'm like, yeah, these look awful, but that isn't what we had as a kid. And I like was Googling, I was like trying to find older pictures of it, and the way it looked in the 90s and early 2000s compared to how it's packaged and produced now, it looks like it was real food, instead of what it is now.
Like a lot of it came down to like is stuff that like Europeans would eat if you were to sell it.
Oh,
if you're like saying like spiced tomato paste, a small prepackaged pita, and like sliced salami, they would probably be like, oh yeah, that sounds like a lovely thing. You're like, oh yeah, and mozzarella cheese pre-sliced. You're like, oh, that sounds like a lovely lunch, because that's basically like I don't remember what it's the thing that there's a number of different dishes, like like the different salads and stuff, like and shit like that. I don't actually remember the name of it.
I've had too many British people try to gatekeep what food I eat in my life.
Yeah,
so I can't respect
British people are the British right wingers.
Yeah,
seem to consistently be the most insane about people's food.
Yeah,
because anytime they are I've told you this story, but I don't think I've told it on pod. As I watched in real time this British food blogger guy get swarmed by British right-wingers in the most insane display I've ever seen. So imagine, right? Older British guy, like mid-50s or whatever. His entire thing is like the Anthony Bourdain kind of thing, where he like goes to hole-in-the-wall restaurants, he reviews them, he writes about them, kind of blogs on it on Twitter, right? He's like, yeah, he writes a blog about it or whatever, but he posts his like results on Twitter, tells people about it. And it's like, yeah, I went to a beautiful restaurant in Birmingham. A very delicious thing. Ah, look at the size of this pita. My goodness, it's delicious. I had chicken vindaloo or something like that. Like, it was the most amazing I ever had. Tender, delicious, very spicy. I would definitely come back here again if I ever return. I must make this a consistent spot whenever I visit my cousin here in Birmingham. Like, generally a very pleasant review, very nice looking guy. He's a super fucking normal everyday dude, right? And it's like the first handful of comments are like, oh, so that's an A++, Gov. I'm glad you found it. And some guy's like, my goodness, look at the size of that garlic naan. I must visit this place at once. A handful of British people being very normal about, my goodness, that looks like a delicious restaurant to go to. Well, no. I'm saying they are being genuinely normal. Like they're just people that want to go eat tasty food.
Yeah.
That's normal. Why not? But then you get people. I'm not going to say the word that they used because it is insanely racist.
You sure they're not Australian?
No, they were all British because they posted. It's like 70 British flag emojis, and then like something's like Brito nationalists send back the boats, cove kind of shit in their profile. Like there's 17 different Nazi imageries or whatever in their profile, but like they're all swarming this guy talking about like, are you fucking celebrating Muslims? All this other stuff. They're talking about like, the evils and of horrible Muslim food or whatever. And they all posted a specific image. It's like a Wojak image made by the British.
Oh no.
Where it's like the soy face like Wojak eating British food, and it's like this giant brown sludge. He's like, but the sludge slop is so good. That kind of like 3 exclamation parts. He's soy facing, and then there's an evil Muslim stabbing a white woman to death.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Wait.
What's going on?
Do you remember that image that I had on my what was it, a Tumblr post that I just made one time just for that post because it was funny? Where like, what was it? It had like needles.
It was the E. Wyatt Man picture about inner city crime or something like that. It's like we've let this like we're like no, it was an E. Wyatt Man drawing making fun of the concept of giving felons parole for good behavior.
Yeah, but what did I rename everything?
You were like it was like Jewish fart gases for like the chemtrails, like gay needles, black, and it's just got like the word black across the black guy's forehead or whatever, and then like you put like a bubble that was like, I can't wait to take classes at the community college, and, like instead of whatever racist shit E. Wyatt Man had wrote there or something like that, and it's like this terrible thing, and it was an insane edit that you did. It's really similar to that. Literally the same tone as that shit. Where these guys are all incensed of the idea of British people enjoying food. Not even just non-British food. Because, like, there are British-made... like, chicken tikka is British.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was originally in British.
Yeah,
tikka masala.
Okay, I'm not giving the British that.
Yeah, that's true.
I know that you're not giving it, but it's like an Indian... like expat community in Britain that like made this food. There are several other like jerk chicken variations that are like and barbecue variations that are native to British from like Caribbean communities and things like that. If there's a barbecue restaurant in Britain, it's like inevitably probably run by like a Caribbean family because that's like, or it's like a white guy that learned how to cook from those Caribbean families. There are inherently British dishes that were made and raised by the immigrants that traveled to Britain, grew up there. They're like 4 or 5 generations deep by this point, and it's like it's a lot bigger of a tapestry than you think it is. But like these British guys are like, no, that's evil. It's destroying the moral fabric of British society to checks notes.
Eat a food.
Eat food.
Yeah. Enjoy garlic naan, right? Where it's like, yeah, man, like that's so stupid as shit. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Garlic naan.
They're so insane, and it's incredibly weird. I saw the same thing as like, and Americans try the same. There was a couple American Nazis who tried the similar tact, but they always get like shit on because tacos are just an inherently American thing now. But it was some guy that was like,
someone.
The Mexican slop is what they like labeled it as. Is like bro. That food is an American staple now.
Yeah,
like, someone was going.
You're not undoing like Tex-Mex food.
Yeah,
like
there was a guy that I know.
You can get it. You can get Taco Bell literally wherever. That's not going away. Sorry, you lost that battle like 300 years ago, Pat. Sorry.
There was a guy I know in another chat complaining about like white people tacos, and I'm just like, do you really think, like, do you genuinely think that Mexicans make this that much different? Like, genuinely. I want you to tell me right now.
The way that like you make street tacos are a little bit different and use different spices and different flavor profiles, but it's like
not
normal. Other cultures don't usually give much of a shit about like people trying to cook those foods genuinely and engaging with that stuff. Like you're not gonna see a lot of Indian people complain about that shit unless it is the most specific deranged Yaleite expat that has like a particular brainworm about like people doing it. There's like a post like a year ago is like white people be like, go into Indian restaurant, get garlic naan, a certain chicken vindaloo or whatever. And it was like this like Yaleite upper class lady complaining like this. And then there's like 1,000 different like lower, like other people, like Indian people and other people like, yeah, it sounds like they have a good taste in food.
Yeah.
Fuck's your problem? Like, they're paying me money. There's some like really upscale Indian restaurateur like started a Twitter beef with her, being like, if somebody went into my thing and asked one of my servers, I'm new to all of this, could you recommend me some dishes? And then they come back and order that same thing every time. They're still paying me to give them that food. I'm going to gladly do it. They want the food, so I'm cooking them the food. What is your problem here?
Yeah,
I guess the problem is I want to gatekeep food.
Well, yeah, it's that, and like I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this want to
there's a difference. It's like
cause segregation.
Hard. I get that not wanting like cultural appropriation, but also like if someone genuinely wants to engage with it and they're not being racist, like that's long since been a weird thing. But that's more of like a really weird, immature way of thinking about those issues. I would say.
I don't know.
To me, it's like, like especially with like that one guy doing the like white people taco bit or whatever. It's just like, you stupid cracker. Like the only people who gatekeep those dumb tacos are like white people from Tumblr. I don't think any single South American gives a damn
to make it that's cheap, especially if it's like the reason that like people joke about that in the Midwest or whatever is because it's like I'm not, I can't usually go to the food and you might not be able to get like the particular like Serrano peppers or something like that, or like the very specific pepper blend that you might traditionally make on like in like Laredo or something like that. I'm not going to be able to buy that same things. I might not have like a food store or a Kroger that has like a very wide ranging Latin American food section if you're in a certain place, or you might live in a food desert that only has like not Olay, I don't think. It's one of those things like, but you know what I mean? Like the McCormick spice package with like, cumin and a little bit of cayenne,
taco
and a little bit of chipotle or something like that.
Oh yes, I love. I'm putting in cumin. No, I'm sorry.
Like the taco kit, build your own taco kit might be the only thing that you're going to be able to know. It's like, what else do you have? It's like $5 and it makes like 20 tacos, man. Like, what do you?
I just want to clarify.
They want a interesting thing in their diet,
I just wanted to clarify. Were you calling Tim Walz a dumb cracker, or were you calling the guy who was like the other guy a dumb cracker?
The guy who's trying to gatekeep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I was like, I don't see anything wrong with being
to sell, because it's like you can point out the stupid bits in any food. Like somebody was trying to like talk about like Christmas time or whatever. It's like, Nordic and Danish cultures have a lot of really good like Christmas foods and things like that. Somebody posted a picture of ribbies, which is imagine like chunks of beef ribs that like you cut up into like sections, and then you roast all of those in like this really good sauce, and then you sear them on all the sides in like one of those like crosshatch grill pans, and they do genuinely look really good. And you serve them with like rosemary.
It's so hard to
It
not
does sound insanely good.
It's so hard to not eat meat during Christmas time and like during like the holidays. That's like the only time food looks good 90% of the time.
I've not been a big Christmas food guy just because I don't like most of them. Again, it's
you don't like cranberry sauce?
I mean, it's okay, but it's not like I don't. It doesn't go with things that I like. You know, that's more of like a dessert thing to me. I don't pair it with meat. I don't like
got an
sweet
idea.
meats mostly.
It's okay. I'll take you to IKEA.
Wait. What's your idea?
I'll take Riley to IKEA. We'll get some Swedish meatballs. We'll get some lingonberry. It's gonna go crazy.
Swedish meatballs.
I like those things, but I don't usually like. Again, I'm not a huge sweet meat guy. Outside of like the one recipe that I tried that I thought was really good was beef bourguignon.
What about honey garlic glazed pork chops?
I think that's a little different because the garlic.
That's a sweet meat.
If it's done badly, I don't like it. Where if it's like if you were to make me go to McDonald's and be like, give me a McDonald's sandwich that's like,
you need to go to Japan and get a teriyaki one.
I get it. Like I'm sure that there are good sweet meats, but there's a lot of it that I don't like. It's just, if it's the only flavor. I know that this is probably Riley, you're talking about food being badly made, and it's like, yes, I get that. I get that what I'm talking about is specifically poorly made food. If you're saying, Riley, let's go to this mid-upper scale restaurant. They've got a delicious honey glazed garlic pork chop with rosemary. I might be like, sure. And it would probably be very, very good. But if I were to like order like pulled pork from like a really shitty Mission barbecue or something, there's a 99% chance that that's got like some really dog shit sweet meat. It's gross. It's wet. There's no spice. There's no salt. There's no herb.
I can't believe you're insulting American culture like this.
It's poorly made barbecue. I hate it. It's awful.
Mission barbecue here was actually really, really good for the first month it was here, and then it got kind of bad.
It's the way that you prepare it is like you prepare it in the cheapest way possible, and then like you're expecting the person to just drown it in the sauce of their choice. Like there's no good way of getting non-sugar filled fast food stuff that doesn't suck. Like I love ZZQ stuff
because they can't have sugar.
I don't really like sugar all that much. I don't think.
Yeah, that's what somebody in ketosis would say.
Since I went on,
that's what someone who can't eat sugar would say.
No, that's what. No, I'm saying like generally. Remember, we tried the fucking soda, the full sugar.
Okay, those were so bad though.
Everything that has sugar in it anymore tastes like a pixie stick to me. It's like
it's
kind of repulsive.
I had this problem when I stopped eating. Okay, I had this problem when I stopped eating meat. When I stopped eating meat and then I tried chicken again for the first time, it tasted like venison. It tasted so gamey. And like every type of meat tastes really gamey to me off the bat now that I've stopped eating meat. So like, except for fish, obviously, because fish isn't really gamey. Some can be like a weird oily consistency, but
I think in America, maybe it is genuinely just an American thing.
Yeah.
Where the quality, we've talked about this before, where the quality of food has just been going down and down and down and down and down and down. That like anything that is supposed to be sweet is like corn syrup sweet, where it's like a syrup or like a stick.
An intentional
very
choice.
Well made.
Like it's an intentional choice too, and it blows my mind because like people when they think of like sweet tea, right? How is it even sweeter? Like, I mean, it's cheaper because you're putting more sugar into it. Like, well, even I guess it's corn syrup. Okay, but what I'm saying is like you're using more. You're using more corn syrup, rather than less.
Corn syrup is like it's cheaper than even if you're using more,
but
because it's subsidized.
Yeah, I get that it's cheaper, but you're still using more, making it more expensive. Is my point. But what I'm getting at is like when people,
for the consumer, but not the companies.
Not maybe, but
you
go and
to use corn products.
Yeah, like companies get paid.
I mean, you can still buy it in bulk. You just don't use it as much, and you just have storehouses full of them. But like, again, they're still wasting money. The thing is with it though, when people think of sweet tea and they're not from the South, they immediately think of stuff like the McDonald's sweet tea. You know what I mean? Like that's literally every time you bring up sweet tea
stuff that you get in a bottle.
Yeah, Lipton or McDonald's sweet tea. And the most disgusting thing you could ever drink that's tea is McDonald's sweet tea.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona is also not like everywhere. Like the Arizona sweet tea stuff, I hate because it's always tasted bad. But like the green teas that has sugar in it, always tasted better because the different flavor profile stuff.
And that's kind of like what you're talking about, like with like people, like it's an intentional choice to just use too much sugar for like no real reason outside of they just want you to consume the corn.
I think it's also just they get like
you are covering up subpar ingredients, basically.
Yeah.
Like you are putting a lot more sweetener in it to cover up a lack of the herbalness of the tea that sugar would be paired with, right?
Yeah. Like an impurity.
There was before I quit sugar. Yeah, like or subpar coffee, or
but at least
ingredients that aren't as good as they used to be because they're doing it. They're keeping it cheap and shitty to protect a bottom line and a line that needs to go up into infinity, right? You're adding more like salt and sugar and crap to McDonald's menu items to cover up and paper over subpar chicken or beef or buns or whatever, You slap more pickle juice into Chick-fil-A chicken to cover up the fact that the chicken is dry and subpar. Like
and peanut oil on their fries.
Oh, peanut oil is so good.
We could talk about food forever because it's an abundant substance.
Before we end, I had one more.
What is it?
Spam. I love Spam, but it is okay. Here's why.
It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist.
It's an unholy abomination, and I think that's like the core.
It's just you're blending up all the. It's a hot dog without the hot dog casing. With more salt.
That makes it even.
Imagine how many pig souls are in one
just
single
somehow
can.
Squeeze a lot. A lot of pig skin, a lot of pig fat, a lot of hooves and ears and nose and face bits that are like the smaller face bits that aren't like put into hot dogs. It's basically the stuff in the hot dog casing squeezed into a mold and like
so sad.
Par baked. And then
every Pacific Islander,
fat and preservatives.
Every Pacific Islander right now just turned off.
I do like fried and pan-seared Spam.
I love Spam.
It tastes good
I love Spam
because
too.
you're pan-searing in the various salts and fat juices that are inherent to those scraps of meat and stuff like that. But I couldn't eat it out of the can. I literally knew a dude.
I try like sometimes if I don't feel like cooking, I take like 2 spoonfuls and cook the rest later. But like,
I couldn't do
it's gross. I'm telling you right now, it's gross.
It's like potted.
I was in college with you. I was in college with you, and I wouldn't cook for myself.
And get the 17 different Spam varieties that they have, and hand cook.
We watched an entire video. Me, Panda, and Bus, I think, watched an entire video of a dude reviewing different Spams, and he had like 16 different flavors, and it was like his first time even trying all the Spams or something like that. Like, it was such a good watch. I'd do it too. He had a figgy pudding one that I think is discontinued.
Figgy pudding.
That could go hard if you pan-sear that motherfucker.
I don't know. That sounds grody to me. I couldn't do it.
It does sound grody, but you could maybe
chase some figgy pudding.
Don't give me any figgy pudding, because I will not eat it.
Because I will be violently ill.
All right. Well, I think we're good now. I think that's it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you on the next episode. We will be in person eventually, whenever that is. But sometimes, we don't feel like making a six-hour hike to the underground bunker on the foothills of the Appalachia. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we had to have like the internet guy go out there and fix a lot of stuff because we operate out of the cave, so it's really hard sometimes.
Tough cave.
Yeah,
very tough cave. That's where my cat lives. I gotta figure out a way to get to that cave. Shit.
Yeah, his name is Sheet Metal. Yeah, his name is Sheet Metal, but that's because that's what we made the walls out of the cave with.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, anything y'all would like to say
Much
before
like a
we leave?
Dominion.
Yeah. It's because of the zoning laws. We wanted to obscure.
Exactly.
Obfuscate the zoning laws. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. All right. Well, everybody. Well, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.